All right, ladies and gentlemen, guys, we'd like to welcome you to the show. This is your host, DJ Just Jay with Just Dimes ENT. I'm here to tell you guys about a story that I ran across myself, and I want to thank you to everybody that's been sending me stories. As you guys know, we advocate for children first here at the Soto You Dig. If you guys are sensitive to our content, just exit the video. We don't want to offend you guys, but we're going to speak harshly about a lot of different things. Here we go. Coconut Creek police say that they have nabbed 3 teen suspects that are responsible for the shooting death of a man in a Walmart parking lot. That gentleman's name is Michael Griffin. That's going to be the gentleman that you see on the screen here in just a little bit. Let me see if I can get him on the screen for you guys. That's Michael Griffin right there. Okay, so here's the story. Last month, when Michael Griffin did not return from a late night run to pick up some medication for a friend at Walmart, that concerned their family and friends, and they called the police. So by 3 a.m., the 56-year-old's body was found next to a red Chevrolet Camaro he had parked on the south side of the 24-hour store, which I believe was Walmart, on Hillsborough Boulevard, police said. Griffin had gone to the 24-hour store at about 1:20 a.m. on October 12th, his friend reported. So here we go. Police say 17-year-old Jason Prendergast, and no, that's not Teddy Pendergrass's, off-brand son, 17-year-old Jason Prendergast of Port St. Lucie shot Griffin during an attempted robbery and then took off in a Chevy Avalanche. The Avalanche was seen fleeing from the parking lot on Walmart surveillance video, so they have this on video. Police said on Wednesday evening in a statement and announcing the arrest. Driving the vehicle was Jermaine Ṟọbbẹry, who's age 18, and you'll see his picture scroll across the screen here in a second, of Green Acres, police said. Aside from Prendergast, there was another gentleman by the name of Dominique Soto. You guys heard that right. Dominique Soto, age 16. Now, the reason why his picture is not up is because they're claiming he's a minor. For now, I'm going to respect that. As much as I love to put up criminals' photos, as you guys know I love to do, I'm going to respect that for now because he's age 16, and I don't want to get in any level of trouble with the police or anything about that kind of stuff on the legal aspect of Lake Worth, and was also a passenger according to the police. So he's going to be charged as an accomplice. Ṟọbbẹry, Prendergast, and Soto are each facing a murder charge, police said. So here's what they said on their Twitter account, and they said, "We announced 3 arrests on October 12th murder of 56-year-old Michael Robin Griffin in a parking lot of the Walmart on Hillsborough Road. Please check our Facebook page for full details. You can find us on Facebook at Coconut Creek Police Department, all is one word with the ampersand in front of it. Although violent crimes of this nature are certainly uncommon in Coconut Creek, we're extremely proud of the hard work and ultimate results of our criminal investigation team," said Police Chief Albert Butch Arenal. They worked day and night for weeks on end, never doubting that they would solve this case. Solving the crime was an extensive effort between Coconut Creek detectives, the state, local, and federal authorities. Details about the apprehension of the 3 weren't immediately available at the time, but like I said, we have their identities now. So by Thursday afternoon, Ṟọbbẹry had been booked into jail in Broward County on a charge of premeditated murder. Now, I looked for that court video, but I'm not going to lie, looking through all of those hours of court videos, I couldn't tell specifically which one was which, because they were only titled with like dates and stuff like that. So I couldn't figure out which one was which. So maybe we'll bring you guys that at a later point. But Prendergast, according to Port St. Lucie police, was the subject of a missing person filed by a family member on September 19th. Updated information from the police indicated that he was located about 5:15 a.m. Wednesday near the St. Port Lucie address where he was reported missing. It's not clear if all 3 suspects were taken into custody together or separately. Information about Soto wasn't available because he's a minor. When Ṟọbbẹry, who turned 18 late September, appeared in Broward County Court Friday morning in Fort Lauderdale, his mother started shouting. "My son is innocent," she said. "It wasn't premeditated." Guys, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up. It'll share the show and let other people know that we're live. Does this not sound familiar? Does this not sound like the story we recently just did? As you guys know, man, we've been doing really good on views here. We had a couple stories that are about to reach 10,000 views. We had one that almost reached 60,000 in like less than 4 days, which is pretty cool. So I thank you guys for sharing the stories. Does this not sound like a story we just did recently? Scroll back in our videos and you guys can see that this is exactly like the story that I just did recently, where the mom said, "That's not my son. He wouldn't do nothing like that." And I watched what people said in the comment section talking about, why am I blaming the mother? Why am I getting onto the mother? Why? Because they are the ones breeding this mindset in these boys. Women can't raise boys. They can't do it. I'm sorry. They cannot raise these boys. En masse, they are failing. They are failing these youth boys. They see no value in themselves. And as I've said before, they're doing these petty robberies because they don't value anybody else's life, property, hard work, nothing. They value nothing because that value has to be learned as little boys. If you want the little boys to grow up to be good men, you have to raise good boys. Knowing the fact that women cannot raise boys to be men because it takes a man to raise a boy. And these boys come from fatherless homes. This is going to continue to be a theme of ours because we're advocating for children first. So I think this generation is not salvageable at this point. I think that trying to talk to some of these people and get them to understand, I think it's a very, very small collective of people in the United States of America that can absorb this information and digest it properly. Everybody else is just going to get heartburn and diarrhea, in my opinion. I don't think that they can handle the type of intelligence that we're trying to put down and let people know that we are our own worst enemy. And the reason why people view black men the way that they do is because we are not speaking out publicly against this type of behavior. You know what people say to me? You know how they combat this? You know how they combat this whenever they email me, write me on Facebook, Twitter, whatever the hell it is that they're writing me. They say, "Well, Jay, you know, white people do this type of thing too. And you know, white people do it more than black people do, right?" I say, you know what? Based on the amount, purely just the amount in numbers, yeah, you can say that because we are the minority. So yes, they're going to outnumber us on a lot of things, on most things. But here's the point. Should there ever be black on black violence? No. Should there ever be young black men robbing anyone? No. Should there ever be young black men that are out raping, killing, stabbing, shooting people? No. I don't care if the numbers are skewed. I don't care if the numbers are inaccurate. I don't care if they're providing us inaccurate information. All I know is that you guys know someone, or you guys have read a story somewhere, and I know people personally that have committed these heinous acts. So we know that it happens. I don't want it to happen at all, period. I did a story out of Oklahoma City recently, a couple of weeks ago, if you guys will scroll back on the murder of Jasmine Coulter. And that was a group of people on both sides that I was partially familiar with both parties. It shouldn't be happening at all. I don't care what the numbers are. It should be zero, in my opinion. Let's keep going with this story, but I wanted to throw that out there to you guys. So here we go. Let's keep going. Do me a favor. We got about 245 people watching. Hit that thumbs up. For the new folks coming in, it'll share the show and let other people know that you're live. All you got to do, scroll down, hit that thumbs up, hit that thumbs up, hit that thumbs up. Let's keep going to the story. Ṟọbbẹry just turned 18 in September, and he was in Broward County Court Friday in Fort Lauderdale. His mother screamed out, "My son is innocent." She said it wasn't premeditated. And this is what I want to say to the mom. How the hell do you know? You want me to tell you guys why I say this? Because they reported the boy missing. He's not even a boy, he's a man, really. They reported him missing. You didn't know where he was at. So how do you know that he was innocent if you didn't even know where the hell he was? Just, let's keep going. I know my smart people in the chat, they understand. For everybody else in the comment section, they might not understand. I can't expect for you guys to understand. Let's keep going. Records show Ṟọbbẹry of Green Acres was arrested November 16th in Palm Beach County after detectives linked him to the October 12th murder. Coconut Police Department detectives say Ṟọbbẹry was driving a Chevy Avalanche when 17-year-old Jason Jr. Prendergrass of Port St. Lucie shot Griffin in an apparent robbery attempt. Detectives believe 16-year-old Dominique Soto was a passenger in the truck. Prosecutors charged the trio with murder. The crime scene was in the parking lot of the Walmart at 5571 West Hillborough Road in Coconut Creek, Griffin, and Griffin was found dead next to his red Chevrolet Camaro. So one would have to ask this. They obviously weren't there to steal the car, and the car was very, very nice. Very nice looking red Camaro. So they weren't there to steal the car. So how much money did this 56-year-old white man have on him? How much cash do you guys think he had on him? Most people aren't even carrying cash on them like that anymore. For reasons like this. Because people rob and people steal. Credit cards, debit cards are a little bit more secure. Not perfectly secure, but they're damn sure a lot more secure. So at this point, not only is there not much benefit to robbing, but the fact that this 56-year-old man in the middle of his life lost his life to 3 black teens for what? For what? They are literally throwing their lives away for a little bit of nothing. It's almost like if I had $100 in my pocket and I said, you know what? I'll give you $100 if you agree to go to jail for the rest of your life. And I want to keep my life. How many of you guys think that these young men would take $100 and then sign up for jail for the rest of their life without killing anyone? I don't think any of them would. You know why? Because they realize that, that doesn't sound like such a good deal. But when you think about it, this same situation is the exact same scenario where you tried to take from a man that probably did not have much on him, and you're still going to end up going to jail for life for murder. His life is dead and gone. Somebody's going to pay for that. These 3 young men are going to be on the books for this. We're trying to change the mentality. We want people to get better. We want people to raise better boys to be better men. Let's keep going. Griffin was born in Zeeland, Michigan. He attended Michigan Technical University in Houghton and served as an emergency medical technician in his hometown. His resume on LinkedIn included working in Texas for Siemens and for Toshiba. That's pretty cool. I'm familiar with Toshiba. He was an executive vice president for GBI Intralogistics Solutions in Deerfield Beach when he died. They quote this: Mike was a wonderful colleague and is always there when you need him. Funny beyond belief and a rock in any critical situation in business, reliable and trustworthy, just a great guy to have on your side, Uwe Netzel wrote. Gina Zamorelli remembers him as a hardworking colleague who was kind and the most selfless person I've ever known. Krog Hertel remembers his good nature, his smile, sincerity, and quiet strength. Lucy Anderson and Mike Brains wrote that he was the most kind human being that they had ever met. He has a huge heart and will go out of his way to help anyone in need, Barnes wrote. And for the people that are wondering, I believe they do have a GoFundMe, but I think the GoFundMe has almost been funded up completely. So for what they're asking for, I think they've already got it. So I don't think there's any need to worry about that. Solving the crime wasn't easy for detectives, Lemon said, and the investigation involved local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies. Detective Joe Barretto reported authorities have the murder weapon, and there's also surveillance video in this case, Lemon said, because it was at a Walmart parking lot, and you guys know Walmart got a lot of cameras, so I'm pretty sure they have clear-cut evidence. This is what they call a slam dunk case. Officers with Coral Springs, Boynton Beach, and Riviera Beach Police Departments, deputies with Palm Beach County and St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office, and agents with FBI Violent Crimes Task Force And the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force helped solve the crime. Sheesh. Well, they was not playing. They were not playing at all. Griffin went to Walmart at approximately 1:20 a.m. that morning to pick up medicine when he was approached by one of the suspects, who attempted to rob him, police said. The suspect shot the victim and fled the scene in a Chevy Avalanche driven by Ṟọbbẹry. Police said surveillance video shows the suspects in the getaway vehicle. Although violent crimes of this nature are certainly uncommon in Coconut Creek, we're extremely proud of the hard work and ultimate results of our criminal investigation team, said Coconut Creek Police Chief Albert Butch Arenal. They worked day and night for weeks on end, never doubting that they would solve the case. Now, Ṟọbbẹry appeared on court Friday and is being held without bond. Of course, they said, "My son is innocent," which was Ṟọbbẹry's mother said at his court appearance. It wasn't premeditated. His mother didn't know where he was, so how does she know that he's innocent and that this was not premeditated? The state attorney is still deciding the final charges against Ṟọbbẹry. Attorney information was not available. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and show you guys the very, very few news stories that were out there. And we're going to go ahead and start with those videos and give you guys the fair usage. Hit that thumbs up, please. If you're watching, 264 people watching, thumbs up, please. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
A murder mystery in Coconut Creek today. A man was found dead next to a car overnight in a Walmart parking lot. Police say this is the first murder of the year for the city. Local news reporter Andrew Perez is in Coconut Creek with an update for us today.
The big question right now is, was this random? Was this a robbery? Was this somebody that the victim knew? We're learning a whole lot more about this victim tonight.
Despite the signs and surveillance cameras or the roadways nearby, police say the victim was killed right in the parking lot, feet away from the front door of this Walmart overnight.
Just goes to show it can happen anywhere. You got to be on alert all the time. Got to be vigilant. And now that I'm here, I'll be even more so.
Police say the victim was supposed to meet a friend at a home in the area, but when the victim never showed, that friend called police, told them one of the places he might be at is Walmart nearby. Officers followed up and would find his body outside in the store's parking lot right next to his red Camaro. Police say they have no doubt this was a murder. Officers have an idea how it all happened, but haven't released much yet, protecting parts of their investigation. Margate Fire showed up to clean some of the blood. The victim's car was towed away from the store off West Hillsborough Boulevard, right near 441.
So we did speak with a coworker of this victim, says he is a VP at a manufacturing company nearby, says that he actually just came in from out of town last night. From Germany, landed at MIA around 9 p.m. and then told his coworkers that he didn't feel well, which is why he apparently came to this Walmart to go to the pharmacy. Police are trying to figure out what happened after that. That's the latest here in Coconut Creek. I'm Andrew Perez.
We got 193 likes. Can we get 7 more people to click the like button, please? Can we get over 200? Just 7 people. Any 7 people, I don't care who it is, just please hit the like button. Can we do that? Florida is Broward County. Of course, this is also where XXXTentacion in the same county was murdered. That's how I'm familiar with Broward County, because, of course, we were one of the first handful of people that were able to break that story, which was pretty cool, because we got 127,000 views within days. That was pretty damn cool. We had like 11,055 people watching. Some of you guys were here for that show and saw how many people were in the chat room. It was ridiculous. That's the same Broward County. So apparently, Florida and Broward County is just an area where they say Coconut Creek is not known for this type of thing, but it seems like Florida in general got a bunch of ratchet stuff going on out there, right? Let's keep going.
Killed outside a Walmart in Coconut Creek. 56-year-old Michael Robin Griffin was found dead next to his car at the store near Hillsborough Boulevard at 441. Police say the victim was supposed to go to a friend's house, and that concerned friend called police saying the victim might be at a Walmart nearby. Police say they have no doubt this was a murder. If you know anything, any information, please call Broward Crime Stoppers 954-493-TIPS.
And I'll tell you guys this. The reason why we talk about the fathers is because of the fact that if you guys notice in this story, you didn't see any pictures of any women. All you saw was these 3 young black men that had murdered this young white man in his middle age. One thing you have not seen is a father to any of these suspects, but you heard in the transcript that there was a mother screaming for her son saying, "My son didn't do that. My son didn't do that." You heard about the mom, but you never hear about the fathers. That's why we continue to talk about this thing. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Coconut Creek police were investigating a pre-dawn murder after finding the body of a man in the parking lot of a Walmart store about 3 a.m. October 12, 2018. Concerned friends had called the police when he failed to meet them, and they suggested a few places he might have stopped at on the way over. Police say his body was found on the ground next to an orange-red Chevrolet Camaro that he had parked on the south side of the Walmart, which is open 24 hours a day. There are security cameras in the parking lot. Investigators were expected to view surveillance videos for clues as to what happened. Curious employees and shoppers were watching police at work within the yellow crime scene tape. How the man died was not immediately disclosed, and police withheld his name until his family could be notified. They are investigating this as a homicide and were searching for a suspect.
They've already got the suspects. We have their names. And if you guys do not have their names, I'll give you those again. Jermaine W. Ṟọbbẹry, age 18. Jason Prendergast, age 17. And that's spelled Prendergast. Prendergast. Not related to Teddy Pendergrass. Spelled completely different. And 16-year-old Dominique Soto. Those are the 3 suspects that are wanted, that have been apprehended, from what I understand, of the murder of Michael Griffin. Michael Robin Griffin, actually. So I can give his full name. And this is just sad, man. This is sad that, you know, this young man lost his life for no damn reason at all. What's going on? Let me see. I just hit this with the like, and you should too. TNN Raw 3 says, I just hit the like, and you should too. So if you guys would, do us a favor and hit that like button. It'll share the show and let other people know that we are live. Let me say what's going on to my brother, Tommy Sotomayor. You guys know that there's nobody that does this thing better. By no means often imitated, never duplicated. Shout out to my brother, Tommy Sotomayor. Let's keep going.
The murder mystery unfolding in Broward County. The body of a man found outside of his car in a Walmart parking lot. CBS 4's Joan Murray has the story.
I got scared. A frightening and disturbing crime scene overnight, as a co-worker said a Deerfield Beach manufacturing executive was murdered in the parking lot of this busy Walmart at the corner of West Hillsborough Boulevard and 441. Marie Bruno cannot believe it happened here.
Oh my God.
You know why she's looking like that? Because as they said before, Coconut Creek is not known for this hood shit that goes on out there. They know Florida got a lot of ratchet areas, and this, look at the look on her face. And she's saying, really, here? So you mean to tell me those blacks made it over here? And now they're doing that thing where we thought we were safe? I'm telling you guys, that's the look in her face. And this is exactly why white people tend to keep trying to move to these safer areas. They just keep trying to just let y'all have it. And what do? As a whole, as our community, we keep going to where we ain't wanted. Because we aren't speaking out against this, and we're not raising our children to do any damn better. That's the look on her face. I'm just telling you guys for the people that don't know.
At the corner of West Hillsborough Boulevard and 441. Marie Bruno cannot believe it happened here.
Oh my God, terrible.
They didn't say she couldn't believe that it happened. They say that they couldn't believe that it happened here. Listen to it again.
Boulevard and 441. Marie Bruno cannot believe it happened here.
Can't believe it happened here.
Oh my God, terrible. You know, it makes you wonder, really makes you, you know, really nervous to go out at night. I'm shaking just with you telling me that because I'm in here like four, 5 times a week.
According to the co-worker, the victim driving this red Camaro had just returned from a business trip to Germany Thursday night and was headed home from Miami International. He was texting 2 others who were with him on the trip and said he was stopping at the Walmart because he didn't feel well. When the victim never made it home, police were notified around 2:30 in the morning and found the victim dead beside his car at 3 a.m. Nellie Cadala said she learned of the murder from her daughter.
You're not safe. I don't figure I'm safe. When I come in, you don't know what's going to hit you.
Coconut Creek police were patrolling the parking lot Friday afternoon. They are not releasing a possible motive or the victim's identity.
First and foremost, we already have the identity. We know the motive. They were trying to rob this white man, 56 years old. They tried to rob him. How much do you guys think that they got off of him? I can almost bet you some petty cash, if not nothing. Probably stole his credit cards or something. It just doesn't make any sense. But that's why I don't know if you can carry open, but I will tell you guys this. Matter of fact, while I got Tommy in the chat right now, I don't know if you know this or not, but Georgia is actually passing a law currently where you're not required to have your license to carry anymore for you to carry your legal weapons. I want you guys to process that for a moment. You can actually just buy your gun and carry your gun straight up and down as long as you are a law-abiding citizen and don't have any felonies on your record or anything that prevents you from being able to carry your weapon on you. They're just taking the application and the license process out of it. And I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like that. I like the states that are pro, what do you call it? Law-abiding citizens, as far as their Second Amendment rights. Love that. Texas, we are very, very big on being able to carry our weapons. Why? Because in this situation, if Michael Robin Griffin would have had his weapon on him, he could have defended himself. Matter of fact, that gentleman where the dude was shot in the heart in front of his son out in Florida, Michael Drechka. I don't know how I remember these names. Guys, I suck. My memory sucks. I remember his name. Michael Drechka, the white man that got pushed over when he was trying to argue about a parking lot spot for a handicap. He got pushed over by a black man and he hit the ground, pulled out his gun and shot the dude in the heart and killed him. You guys wonder why white men and white people in general are so fearful of their lives when black people approach them? Because Michael Robin Griffin found out the hard way why you can't be, quote unquote, benevolent to the people that have my skin hue. And especially like Tommy says, where there's more than 3 and there were 3 of them here and they approached this man and they took his life. I ain't gonna lie. I wish he would have had his weapon on him to be able to defend himself. I would have loved to have heard him speak from his own mouth and say why he had to defend himself against these fatherless black teens. Let's keep going.
Saying only on Twitter, no arrests have been made at this time. The investigation is...
Well, we can skip that part. We already know that the arrests have been made and we know their identities. So let me go ahead and play these last 2 videos and we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. And while you guys are here, we got 283 people watching. If you guys would, let's cross over 300. Just hit the like. If you guys haven't hit the like, if you're watching the show right now, if you haven't scrolled down, please hit the like. Either donate or hit the like, one or the other, but please do one or the other, please.
3 teenagers are now under arrest for the death of Michael Griffin. Police say they tried to rob the 56-year-old in the parking lot. Back in October, Griffin had gone to the store on Hillsborough Boulevard in Coconut Creek to pick up medicine for a friend. He was shot and killed.
That's just sad, man. This is the last video.
Now, 3 teenagers have been arrested for a murder in Coconut Creek. A 16, 17, and 18-year-old have been charged with the murder of 56-year-old Michael Robin Griffin. The murder happened in the parking lot of a Walmart on Hillsborough Boulevard back on October the 12th. They say the victim went to Walmart to pick up a prescription for a friend and was approached by one of the teenagers in an apparent robbery attempt. That's when he was shot. Coconut Creek police say they recovered the murder weapon.
So they have the murder weapon. They have it on video. They have all of this information. They already have their 3 suspects in custody. And of course, these boys had a mama. Had a mama talking about my baby wouldn't hurt nobody. He didn't do nothing. He ain't a part of this. Right. That's exactly what we expect from women that don't have any value and the fathers of these boys. Of these men now. It's too late for them. Once they start to get grown, it's too damn late. You need to start putting these values in these boys when they are born. You need to value them enough to say that, you know what, if I'm going to have a child, I need to be married to this man. If I'm not going to be married to this man, if there's something about this man that I don't want to be married to, then you shouldn't be having the kids. We got to stop this process at the start. That's why can't nobody debate this at all. Because what we're talking about is the process of breeding children incorrectly. And time and statistics are proving that this does not work. Our so-called black queens are failing us. Why? Because they have all the power and take none of the responsibility when it comes to what they produce. In turn, on the other side, when they get something positive in a very, very, very rare instance, they try to take credit for it. That's why I used to have a t-shirt called Take 100, Accept 100. If you're going to take 100% credit, then you need to accept 100% blame also when it doesn't go in your favor. Guys, we got to start doing better. Again, I think this points to fatherless homes, and I'm tired of it, and I'm ready for it to stop. If you guys want me to stop doing these kind of stories, then we need to all start getting involved. For all the thousands of people that have been watching these videos and stuff like that, we all need to start getting involved in our communities, getting involved in our children's lives. And ladies, you guys have the power to stop this entire process. Stop messing with thugs. Stop procreating with just anybody and everybody. Stop letting anybody and everybody come into the temple, your house. Everybody wants to feel that pleasure from time to time. But there's a time and place for everything. And we shouldn't continue to just keep allowing these women to have babies after babies after babies after babies after babies with no level of consequence, with no level of responsibility, because they're going to turn around and pass that to the kids. And then those kids are going to be a burden on the rest of society, and it's going to end up hurting us all. Guys, that's my 2 cents. This is your boy DJ Just Jay.